Kaiser Wilhelm II, the man who destroyed Europe. How one ruler unleashed the greatest disaster in history. I am Petr, and I will show you the man who destroyed Europe with his own hands. Kaiser Wilhelm II, an elegant emperor on the outside, in reality, the most dangerous psychopath of his time. Why, in 30 years of rule, did he make every possible bad decision? And how did his final mistake kill 20 million people? 1859. Wilhelm is born with a paralyzed left arm. His mother Victoria hates him for his deformity. His father Frederick ignores him. The result? A child with a huge inferiority complex and a desire to prove himself. But here's the terrible thing. In 1888, a frustrated young man becomes the most powerful man in Europe. 80 million Germans, the strongest army in the world, the fastest growing economy. All in the hands of a man who feels the need to prove himself. What happens when you put an atomic bomb in the hands of someone with a complex? The answer, a world war. The first fatal mistake. In 1890, Emperor Wilhelm II decisively fires Otto von Bismarck, who was widely considered the smartest and most influential diplomat in all of Europe. Why? I want to be my own chancellor. Bismarck tells him, Your Majesty, without Russia, we are surrounded. Wilhelm replies, Russia is weak, we are strong. 4 years later, Russia forms an alliance with France. Germany finds itself caught in a pincer, exactly as Bismarck predicted. The first domino has fallen, but Wilhelm doesn't see a problem. We are the strongest. We can handle them all. Arrogance will cost millions of lives. The second fatal mistake, 1900. Wilhelm declares, Our future lies on the water, and begins building a war fleet to rival Britain. This is suicide. Britain has ruled the seas for 200 years. Its very existence depends on naval supremacy. But Wilhelm provokes it in the one area where it cannot back down. The result? Britain allies with France and Russia. Wilhelm, with his own hands, united all his enemies against himself. Bismarck said, The sea is an infinity that Germany must not venture into. Wilhelm disobeyed him and condemned Europe. Wilhelm has a mouth like a canal. Every week he says something that scares half of Europe. The Germans are Herrenrasse, superhumans. Our iron fist will crush every enemy. God is with us. God be with us. The worst 1908. Interview with the Daily Telegraph. The English are mad, the French ungrateful, the Russians dangerous. All of Europe reads his words in horror. I saw the reactions. That man is a dangerous maniac, write the French newspapers. You can't negotiate with him, they say in London. Wilhelm turned Germany from a respected power into a frightened tyrant. A personal tragedy for Europe. Here is the irony. Wilhelm is the cousin of King George V of Britain and Tsar Nicholas II of Russia. They correspond, visit each other, their children play together. But Wilhelm is the bad cousin, the one who ruins everything at family gatherings. The insecure one who needs to prove he's the best. In 1914, at the start of the crisis, he writes to Nicholas, Dear Nicky, we're family after all. But his army is already mobilizing. Family ties are weaker than his ego. It wasn't enemies who declared the European war. It was declared by cousins. July 1914. Wilhelm realizes that his games are leading to war. Suddenly he's afraid. He writes halt in Belgrade. But it's too late. The machine he created himself can no longer be stopped. The generals tell him, mobilization cannot be stopped, Your Majesty. The trains are already running. Wilhelm turns pale. This isn't what I wanted, but it was. For 30 years he provoked, threatened, and built himself up with tough talk. Now he's reaping what he sowed. The moment he realized what he had done was the most terrifying of his life and of Europe's. Wilhelm II wanted to be a great emperor like Napoleon or Alexander the Great. Instead, he became the greatest criminal of his era. 20 million dead in the First World War. The collapse of 4 empires, the end of monarchies, the rise of Bolshevism and fascism, all thanks to one insecure man who wanted to be admired. After the war, he lives in exile in the Netherlands. He chops wood and writes memoirs, trying to prove he wasn't to blame for anything. He dies in 1941, just as Hitler is conquering Europe. A lesson for all times. Wilhelm II showed how one bad leader can destroy civilization. He wasn't a mad dictator. He was a weak man with power he couldn't handle. The most dangerous people aren't the evil ones. It's the weak ones who try to act strong. Those who make decisions based on their own insecurities instead of their nation's interests. Wilhelm didn't want to destroy Europe. He just wanted everyone to admire him. But the result was the same. Next time, I'll tell you about a man who was the exact opposite of Wilhelm, a French president, Kaiser, who quietly and methodically prepared revenge for 1871. Sometimes the quieter enemies are the most dangerous. If you enjoy these videos and the whole series, please like and subscribe to the channel. I would really truly appreciate it if you could take a moment to do so. And if you happen to have any insightful thoughts or valuable perspectives on this particular topic, please feel completely free to share them openly and extensively in the comments section below. Soldier Petr.